this is some oil that I've never seen before, but I did manage to pick up some soy bean oil. So we're going to try this as the majority in the soap and see whether we get a nice lather, nice soap, how it reacts to fragrance oils, and just see whether we get any dreaded orange spots from it. So we're going to put this into the rest of my ingredients here. So I've got coconut, palm, lard and castor oil in here, and I need about 180 grams of this. I'm really going quite heavy on this just to see what we get with support from the other ones. And then that is going to be the base for our hanger swirl. So if it all goes a bit peak-tong and everything starts setting up on us, we can just do a nice hanger swirl through the soap. What we are going to do with this one is we are going to kind of split our colours off, get those stirred through without anything else going on, just so we can see how this behaves. We'll then add our fragrance oil, which may change the colours a wee bit, but we're not particularly concerned about that one at the moment. And then we're going to kind of put this whole thing together and see how we get on. One last thing I'm going to do is I've decided that I'm going to put some purple in there to get some real kind of like swirls going through it. Okay, so let's pour this down the stick blender. Okay. Got a fair amount of liquid oil in here, so the more liquid oil you tend to have in a recipe, the slower it should trace. Looking good. Okay. Now, if you look at this stick blender, you'll notice it's still starting to break up here. Can you see all of that kind of like crazing? So that means we haven't quite achieved an emulsion yet. We still need to continue our stick blending. So let's go in here for a bit. Coming back in to look at our stick blender. And now can you see how that has created like a very singular layer? It's very homogeneous, there's no crazing going on that you could see beforehand. That means we've hit our emulsion and we're moving into a trace. So I'm happy that that has now achieved what we needed to achieve. Now, because of the amount of liquid soap in here, this is going to take a while to firm up and it might take a couple of days to actually go through saponification. So what we are going to do is add a little bit of sodium lactate, around about a teaspoon, if I had one. Now you should add this with the water, but because we've got quite a nice liquid soap here, and I'm quite confident that we're going to be able to kind of stir everything through in the time we've got, I'm going to add that in, which will help with the demoulding. There is a little bit of salt in here as well, which is going to help us thicken up, and we are getting to quite a nice trace. I want this to thicken up so we can kind of gloop it in and get a nice hanger swirl. Okay, so that's looking quite good there. So I'm going to put roughly 150 into each one of these. So let's take it up to 2. A little bit more maybe. There we go, lovely. So those are our 3 colours, and the reason why we do try and make sure that we keep everything as liquid as possible and we allow things to kind of set up is that we can do this. So into one of these, into my orange one, I'm going to pop my orange. Into my red one, I'm going to pop the pink. And into my main one, I'm going to pop the purple. Okay. And get those stirred in so we can just adjust colours if we need to, whilst everything is still very liquid. So those colours are looking great and they're still nice and fluid. We could do with them setting up a little bit. So I've got my fragrance oil here. This is Mermaid Kisses. I don't know how this is going to react. So again, if they do thicken up, this would be perfect. If they don't, we just wait for them to thicken. So we'll put roughly equal parts in there. Okay, give this a stir, and look at that. I thought that would be the case with it. So you've seen how that's almost kind of instantaneously started the process thickening, which is why I wanted to do a hanger swirl with this one. So that's our purple, our pink. Let's get that into there. And the thickening has already kind of started, you can tell that quite nicely. And then into our orange. So this is why you do test out your fragrance oils, and you make sure you kind of understand what they're going to do in the soap batters that you've got. And as you can see, this is now starting to thicken up really quite well, which is perfect for the design I've got in mind. I'm going to bring in our mould here, and all we're going to do is plop in each of our colours on top of one another. One there, more purple. Let's give that a shake, more pink. A bit more of the orange. A quick wipe. I normally go a little bit under on a hanger swirl, but this time we're going to kind of give this a real go. So hanger swirls, basically you're moving your hanger through the soap. So let's go for it. We're going to go in here, move it through, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there we go. So that is our hanger swirl. Now normally I wouldn't be quite so vehement in doing quite so much around it, but I often find that my hanger swirls are a little lackluster. So we can do that, and then what we'll do is just bring in our colours into the top. And then what we're going to do is just with our so we've come back with our hanger swirl, and I'm going to see if I can get this out of here easily. So we're just going to release that from the mould either side, and yay, it's going to come out hopefully fairly easily. There we go. I do like it when a soap comes out of the mould easily. So got some really nice edges on that. A little bit soft, but it'll be absolutely fine. So let's give this a little cut and see what our hanger swirl inside is like. So through here, beautiful, and there we have our hanger swirl. Now I don't think you're going to really get the true lusciousness of this soap, but this is really interesting because I tend to be a little bit less willing to kind of go on a hanger swirl, and this has just got some absolutely stunning swirls going through it. Really pleased with that. Let's get another one in here. Beautifully soft soap, love that. It's going to harden up. There again is our beautiful inside of that soap. Look at that, stunning. Really pleased with that. So the moral of this story is, if you're going to do a hanger swirl and you want it to look fabulous, you need to go a little bit further than you expect it to, because then you get that really wonderful inside. This is great if your batter does set up on you a little bit quicker. Let's take one last little sliver off the edge there. And our final soap, look at those swirls in there, absolutely stunning. So moral of the story, if you're ever going to do hanger swirls, really go for the hanger swirl and you'll get some absolutely stunning looking bars. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow and allows me to make more videos and tutorials for all of you. When you subscribe, don't forget to click the bell icon if you'd like to get notified when a new video is uploaded. And thanks a lot, Soapsters. I'll see you again next time.